Hey, Jimmy O from JoBlo.com. How are you today?
Good. How you doing? Loving those
Just
posters in the back.
I know. What's the one
thank
five
you.
Fight Club one?
Oh, see, okay, I can't believe I'm so glad you asked. It's called The
Yeah.
Bookends. It's a really
This is
cheesy 80s horror film, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely
oh
love it.
cool. I'm gonna watch.
Love it. We're
Yes, it's
both
a.
big fans.
We love a cheasy horror movie.
I'm
Yeah.
not seeing you, Olivia. Where are you?
You, where are you? Are you not
Yes.
there?
Right here. Can you see me now?
No, we don't see you.
Oh
What?
wow.
No. Well, we'll continue. I'll start with
She's
you.
just a voice
Yes, it's just a voice. Wow.
guiding from above.
Oh, wait, there you are. There you
Hey.
are. Well, I guess let's start. I was talking to the Lauren about this, and finding a female voice, especially I guess starting with you, Olivia, about Heather, finding a voice like this and bringing it to people who I think need that. That's a lot of pressure for you as an actress. How was that stepping into this role for you and working with Lauren?
Yeah, I think it was a thing where I felt always conscious of being like a lead female of something like this because yeah, I think there's a lot of things where I thought a lot about it, and it's there are a lot of elements to Heather's story from the outside, and like the things that the decisions kind of people make for her and about her without her knowledge.
Hmm.
So it was a thing where I was like, I always wanted to make sure and was always trying to stay conscious of like her own agency and just trying to make sure that even though like these story elements existed with the other people on the show, that she was still actively like rooting for herself and making her own decisions to like be a strong person, and just making sure that the arc tracked and like the more emotional scenes with like Rachel Bay Jones, who played my mom, who's so wonderful, and things like that, and scenes with Lily and scenes with Anne, and and just like making sure that there was growth in those moments and always being conscious of where she was in her story.
Nice, nice. Now, Olivia, I gotta. I'm just jumping. This is meant for Jessica. Sorry, Jessica.
Hi.
You have a character that I think one of the things I appreciated about this is early on you guys have an issue with
Mhm.
these two characters.
Mhm.
There's a very real sense of friendship here. Jessica, how was that for you? Kind of finding this character who's has some needs too, and they're very relatable for a lot of
Mhm.
people.
Yeah, I was saying it was fun portraying somebody who's kind of, Natalie feels like she's scheming, but in her mind, it's always for the greater good. It was really easy to be best friends with Olivia because we are. We just hit it off naturally. So that was always just the best. So I think honestly that just kind of comes. I think that really comes through, and that doesn't happen often. So it was a real gift. Um, but I hope people can see that Natalie is like, I don't know, because there are moments with her where I'm like, damn, in this episode, people are really gonna leave it thinking, what a little bitch, like at times, you know what I mean? Like, but it was interesting because Olivia was saying a bit earlier that we'd just gotten to know each other. We hit it off, and then this is when issues kind of at the forefront at the beginning
Yeah.
start happening. So it's funny because we're getting in all of these scenes, and then like after work we're just like palling about and just hanging out on the weekends and stuff.
Yeah.
um I think that helps with like filming weird tension,
Yeah.
to be because like I think because you just love playing off each other. So I think that really helps being
Yeah.
like good friends during those hard scenes that are just arguing.
Hmm. Yeah.
you know,
So mean in the scene and then be like, that was fun, wasn't it?
that was fun, right? Yeah. It's like, ooh, you hate me. Like, it's
So
great.
mad at each other today. Like, I'll see you afterward.
Mhm.
Well, it's also, let's be real, it's a good example because I don't think you, Jessica, I don't think you came across that way. I don't think it came across negatively. I think it came across as someone who's desperate and in need.
Yes.
Same with you, Olivia. And I think we don't see that often. Do you guys have like a friendship or a relationship that you base this on, that you kind of helped get through this, starting with, I guess, you, Olivia, now, this time?
I feel like I feel like the Heather-Natalie relationship is so specific.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and I feel like I feel like Jess and I really hit it off, thankfully. I feel like before we started filming, so that it was a thing where we already went in like pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
And we just talked a lot about the friendship and the relationship between the two of them. And like before we had really heavy scenes, we would like talk about them and kind of like work with each other in the scene so closely that I feel like the big pull for me was like our own friendship.
Yeah,
as just two actors that were friends, like getting to be like, I know this is important to you, like what do you need in this scene?
Yeah, I think it was good for that, because occasionally, you know, you could read just a fight and just think it's sort of like one dimensional, and it's just like, oh, just two teens having an argument. But you know, when we would just try and like talk to each other and imagine all the sort of like layers going on in their life. And I'm happy it comes across as like more desperate than like, you know, malicious, you know, because that is what it is. Like they just really trying to get that money to get out. Like,
yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we got to wrap it up. But you guys are a delight, and honestly, I think what really works for the show is this cast, and you guys are a marvelous cast together. It's lovely.
Oh man, that means so much. Thank you so much for your time. That honestly is lovely to see.
Hey, thank you for your time, both of you. You were great.
Yes.
I'm gonna write down that scary movie.
Yes, The Boogans.
The Boogans.
It's so cheesy. You'll love it. It's so cheesy.
I'm super into it.
Saturday the 14th the other day.
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
So fun and cheesy when it's got like subtitles for the swamp monster.
Yes.
All I saw was Ricky O. That's the last like kind of like big sort of extremely like cheesy but violent.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was a hoot.